live. Tonight, as you see on the thumbnail, we're going to look at 2026 hidden features of InVideo AI guide on how to edit and potentially some meta AI input to make a better video presentation. For me, do you want to know a secret that I found out recently? Most creators using AI video generators are pumping out the exact same predictable content. They don't even realize it. And this is killing their channel. Everyone thinks the key to great AI video is to just type a better prompt into the generator, but that is a trap. The contrarian view is the real magic doesn't happen in the prompt box. It happens how you manipulate what the AI gives to you afterwards. By the end of this live show and the video, you will know the exact hidden features inside the 2026 InVideo AI editor. What will completely separate your content from the sea of automated noises. Now, I have here, let me double check. No. I have a video that I'm actually working on right now. Here we go. And I'm gonna see if I can start from scratch. I'm gonna try to leave the video and then come back out. See home. So basically, I guess it's on the edit mode already because I was doing some editing. And I want to show you a couple of things that you could edit what it is on. And I'm going to try to pull the file for it. Video. There we go. Where to go? A couple of navigational things that you could do in the edit mode right here. You could edit media. Like for example, let's say you don't want to start with this file here. You want to use perhaps your avatar to kind of kick it off. So I use Meta AI, and I believe that I have downloaded an avatar. At least my avatar. Let me double check if I did. Let's see if it is here. It's yep, I got it. It's just gonna be my face basically. The reason for that is you want the algorithm to kind of see, hey, there's a content creator actually doing the work. So let's see how we could go ahead and show the avatar. And I'm just gonna change it so you will see it. So I'm gonna go the way that you do this. Many ways to do this. The best way to do that is to go to upload a media, upload media content. And I'm gonna pick this anime 4. No, it's Victor Avatar. This one here. Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, it does. And all you do is you select the item that you want to change. For example, that one, and you just click on this one to replace it. Another way to do that, let me see, let's go around and look a couple of these real quick, something that I may want to change. I talk about some of this in let's say I want to change that one just because of, so it's talking about veterans and things of that nature. Maybe I want to show a different perspective than the one that's there. Let me see. This individual is a veteran, so I'm gonna change it for that. This is okay. This one's talking about. So this is sort of like it's hey, welcome back kind of stuff. So I'm gonna replace it for that one. Even though I could have just easily, let me go back. I could just easily have used this one instead. It's a little more related to what's going on the video. So you kind of have to read the command that's here. I just want to make one quick pass and basically see some of the things I want to replace. Now, one of the things that, you have to be careful is using like people with disability in our genre, the veteran genre, that's common for us. But for video, the algorithm, when you try to do certain things, like if you want to do advertisement or things of that nature, usually don't let it go through. So you could necessarily just kind of use a different picture or different B-roll for that. I mean, I don't mind using it. It's just sometimes I just giving you an example of some things that may happen. So this is what I'm talking about, changing the visuals. So what I could do here is, let's see, visual, an eye, sort of like a depiction of a visual, so that I could go for that. This one here is a pattern disruption, which is good. I kind of like it. Let's see here. So it's this one and that one. They're sort of disrupting their pattern. And so I'm going to apply these just to kind of say the changes to give you a feeling of what's going on. And I'm going to show you the kind of like the beginning of the video so you could see a chance how it was changed. So this is how it looks in comparison to what we had there before.
Most of you were told the same lie I was. Just post consistently, they said. The algorithm will find you. So you spend hours editing, tagged every keyword, and hit upload, only to be met with the deafening silence of 0 views. It feels like screaming into a void, doesn't it? Like you're back on a midnight watch where nothing happens.
I may change the one that's there because it's not doing anything, just standing there, which just looks like a picture. So let me see if I can find a different avatar, because I used a couple of different ones. Let me see here or here. I'm not seeing what I'm doing in the background. Just looking at some of my folders. I'm going to look at a recent folder that I used. I know that I use an avatar that might fit this quite nicely.
Grandkids walk in, the room feels quiet until Grandpa fires off a joke so wonderfully cheesy that everyone starts laughing and memories worth sharing.
Yeah. Let's see this one. But sometimes
penguins like talking to strangers at parties because they find it hard to break the ice.
Yeah, this actually has a voice in it, and sometimes the voice try to come through at the same time. So I'm gonna pass on that, and let's move on to some other areas, because I just didn't like the fact that it was fixed. And like I said, this is a creative element here. So basically, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Basically, what happens here is that you are able to make changes, and it kind of, if you don't like it, you go back and change it again. Let's look at another change that we could make in a jiffy. Let me see here if I can find it. So One of the most popular changes that I make is called, because I want to keep the cost down. Like for example, I usually do this one at the end of the video. So let's say that I say I want to make, but I want to, sometimes I do it at the beginning and at the end. Because if you have iStack video, it creates for a better video, but a lot of times it does cost more money when you get to the end of the month. You want to kind of keep the cost down so you can create more videos. So usually I always make sure that at the beginning and the end I have 0 iStack. Because if I want to create a video with iStack, it's okay. I just wait until the beginning of the month where I have plenty of credits, and then I actually go here and I'll do that. So you see, remove all iStack from all the chapters. So right now the video is almost 5 minutes long, which is fine. You want it to be about 8 minutes long if you can, but you know, it's a matter of, you can change the script to do that if you want to, but not necessarily right now. So let's see what's another one that we could make. I'm gonna make this change because it will make it a little faster, but I'm gonna reverse it. So your 2 commands on one. One is this one. If I want the video to go a little faster, it kind of compresses the information a little more. I think I already did it at 2.0, so I'm gonna say 1 second gap between the speaker, and you'll see it will drop this number here because it's kind of making it a little faster, because sometimes you don't want to have a lot of gaps between the videos themselves. So let's see what happens when it does that. It will take a few minutes to kind of give you that. The way you know that it kind of compressed it, because the timeline will be lessened by doing that. This will extend the total duration significantly. 1.0. So we couldn't apply, the system needed your confirmation to add 10 seconds silence between chapter. Okay, to proceed. So change gap. So sometimes that happens, sometimes you cannot do that. You cannot execute the change, so that's okay. You can, let me see what it tells you here. Confirm, add silence 1 second in chapter 1 through 8. So let's see what you gotta do here. Is probably you could retype it, right? You could say over here and confirm. Let's see what happens if you do that. So I'm kind of just doing that to kind of go through some of the things that can be done in the editing process. And there are other that you can kind of make more changes to the actual media that you have in there and use regenerative. You could use AI media rather than stock media. But for this purpose of this presentation, I'm just going to use stock media only. And we're going to go through a series of commands that would allow us to do that. Let's see what happens. So it's instead of 1 second sentence gap between the video, and if it works, you're going to see this number drop significantly. And the same token, you could kind of make it longer, right? Because let's say I want to get a 5-minute video, and I'm right now at 4.4, so I could say increase the gap to 2.5, and you see the video get bigger, because there will be some silence between the chapters, which I really normally don't like it. So to me, even if the video is smaller in nature, I mean, it's not 4 or 5 minutes, that'll be okay with me. So, because to me, it's an issue just experimenting and doing things that I'm going to work. So while it's doing that, let me look at my next command. So see, change chapter 6, 1 second sentence gap. And when you go, I don't show you when you go to the video and actually you're doing the editing, you can see sometimes it has as long as 7 seconds. I think that's way too large. 1 second might be a little fast, but for the sake that I'm like to do experiment, it doesn't really matter to me. If I don't like it when the video is finished, what I'll do is I'll just go back and change it. So I'm gonna make a lot of changes tonight. And when I look at the final product, if I don't like the outcome, I'll just change it back again. Well, the issue is to demonstrate many of the capabilities that we could do with an AI video. By the way, I did create this video, I think 2 nights ago. I did a presentation, different topics, but it was about engagement. So that resulted in this video. It has a different title, for example, because you don't want the same title to be in your live show and in your video you present. They have to be something somewhat similar. So I chose this title that says, your good video is boring. Here's how to fix it. So it confirms all the it did it all right. So you may not be able to see it, but let's see what happens. See between this is the gap that you're going to be looking at. So let me move it forward a little bit, see what happens.
It doesn't watch videos, it watches people. And if you don't understand the hidden psychology of why a human clicks, stays, and returns, your channel is already dead. Let's talk about.
So that it was kind of, it went right into the next chapter right away. So it's like there was no gap. And sometimes you do want to have that, because when you have gap, when you have silence, that's when people actually leave your video. They actually go someplace else because they're thinking of, so the brain sort of moves around. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is the changing the narrator. That one sounds like one of my avatar, but I want to double check that one. So I'm going to go here and give it a command that says change narrator to Victor. Victor is my avatar. And let's see what happened. I think it's going to sound slightly different because there are 2 avatars that I have in there. So this might be like matching it to my second avatar. The music that you're hearing comes from restreaming, not from the actual video. So you may see 2 kind of music playing in the background. So hopefully that's not too confusing for members there. So let's do it right now. So see, changing the narrator to Victor, right? So let's see what happens. The voice is different.
Community. High disciplined creators uploading every single day, burning out and seeing no.
So this is sort of like my second avatar. I apparently have 2 in the system. So this voice, even though it's different than my voice right now because my voice is a little hoarse, the prior one sounded more like me, but in reality, this is my avatar, the one that you're listening to right now. So the command that I just gave it actually make that change right there. So let's take a look at another change that we could make. Let's see, for instance, I don't know if I could change the music if I don't like the music on the background. Let's say let's see what this one sounds like.
Growth. The stake isn't just lost views. It's lost purpose.
So let's see if I go to edit, music, and let's pick a chapter, this one here. Replace music. So if I click on start music, it gives me a choice in here. So I could select one of these and I could kind of listen to it first. Let me see if I could get rid of the music that I have here on the background for
Storybox Audio.
Yeah, so you could listen to it now. You could see you could change the music this way by going to the music box and adding.
Storybox Audio.
So you see, you could pick a genre, like for example, I like upbeat music or epic. Sometimes it's good. Let me see what epic look sounds like. So I just here like epic. I'm gonna select epic as a change, and then I can look down to if it's something else that I may like. I just feel like upbeat kind of music. Tense epic. So you could apply that music and it will automatically save the change for that. And I think it's another way to change it to, let's see if I could find it. Change background music, move to upbeat. Let's see. Let me see if this will kind of work. Are they actually different chapters? Let me see. All right, so let's say chapter 1, because I have to change that anyway, because I have to change the avatar. So let's see if I go here. If I say change the background music to change the background music of chapter 1. Change background. So, what's going on here? Change background music. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this thing out so I know exactly what I'm doing and don't mess it up. You'll be able to see what I'm doing in a second. So it's going to read change the background music mood of chapter 1 to upbeat. That's what I'm going to, I just wrote down outside the box. And I'm going to do is load it here now and see what happened. Fortunately, it does take a little bit of time because I had to take out the old music and put it in the new one. So it says upbeat track apply, preview M1. Says done. So I'm telling you that I actually did it. So this is done. So you could go back and review chapter 1. Unfortunately, I want to change. Let me see if I could change that avatar as well at the same time. So go to media. I have all the avatars in there. Upload a media. I have all the avatar that I could use for that. Let's say I want to use that one. Apply, save.
Most of you were told the same lie I was. Just post consistently, they said. The algorithm will find you. So you spent hours editing.
You see, it's kind of nice to start with upbeat music. So that kind of was a good change, I think. The other one, the mood was a little down. This one's kind of more upbeat. So when you want somebody to kind of not only get hooked into your hook, so to speak, but also that want to stay because the music is kind of a little bit lively. So that could be better, I would think. So I don't know what you think. If you think it's worse than before, just leave me a comment on the notes, and I'll be able to make some changes. So let's see what else I could do. You could increase the volume of the music or decrease it depending on what's going on. You could decrease it by a percentage, for example. The narrator, you could make a narrator with an Australian accent or an American accent, depending on what you want. Now, I do want to talk about subtitles. Let me see. So this one, I may not take it because I think I already did it, but I'll double check if I did it or not. I'm going to change subtitle. You see, I want to be sure that I have subtitle to start with, and I do have them in there. So actually, it already changed it because I think the way it's doing it right now is the right way. Let me double check if I could change it to something else. Change subtitle. I'm just going to give it the one, not a stop, but just to change it at all to see what happened. So if I want to change, sometimes there are no subtitles, so I have to tell them to add the subtitle. But now if I want to just change it, I could tell them to change the style of it. And what it would do is it would probably go to the generic one, which would be different than the one you have here. And let's see what happened. So we can make another command out of that. Okay, no visible change. Okay, so let's try something different. Change text size to 60. See if it makes it bigger. I think I changed the text earlier, so that's why I probably didn't do it. So I was changing the subtitle when I was doing the practice run, and that's why I didn't actually change it. So now I'm just going to change the size of it and see what happened. So let's see what's going on.
Tagged every keyword and hit upload, only to be met with.
It looks okay. It looks the same, but so it didn't change. You got to change in different sizes. I'm not going to fool around with that, but just know that you could change the size of it. It appears to be like a 60 right now. So if I change it to 80, let's try that. I just want to see some difference. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't have to. We're not in a hurry tonight, so we're sort of like practicing and doing stuff. Sometimes you have to wait until the video, not process, but until the video. See that? You actually double the size than what it was before.
The deafening silence of 0 views.
So apparently it was a 60 before. So when I change it to 80, the font size for the title got bigger. So that's something else you could do in relation to that. You could change the mood. You could make it hilarious if you want to, or you could change the media right from. I'm gonna make this one. And then I see if because I want to make one that I actually want to reverse. Actually, if I do this, I think you see the size. What happens if I say undo? I think it's undo. So no, it's undo. It's different deal. Let's see if we change the font size to what it was before. So you see that I change it back to 60, excuse me, which is fine. So let's look at another command. Make scene 1. This one I'm going to try to undo it. Make scene 1. Funny. So let's see if we could listen to the way it sounds right now.
Most of you were told the same lie I was. Just post consistently, they said. The algorithm will.
So I don't know if this is a pretty serious discussion. So I don't know if I just making that command is going to make it funnier. But let's give it a crack. Let's see what happens. Because this video is not so much about a funny moment, right? It's about something different. So let's do that. Just take a few minutes to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and try it. By the way, I changed the pattern of the background because you're supposed to do that periodically to ensure that the viewers somewhat stay glued to your video, don't just walk away. You want to break the pattern, and not only on what you're doing, but basically on what's going on the screen. So sometimes you want to do that. Usually I create multiple views. Like remember the first one that you saw was this one, where basically I was introducing the video. And I think the second one that you saw was this one here, where actually I was doing the work. No, it was the previous one. But let's play this. It kind of finished processing. Let's see if it makes it any funnier than what it was.
Most of you were told the same lie I was. Just post consistently, they said. The algorithm will find you. So you spent hours editing, tagged every keyword, and hit upload.
So I didn't make it funnier because I uploaded shot 1 and added a pump up gap. So it kind of told you what it did right here. So let me listen to the whole section.
Only to be met with the kind of silence where even the crickets unsubscribed. It feels like screaming into a void, doesn't it? Like you're back on a midnight watch where nothing happens for hours. But here's the truth that kept me awake at 2 a.m. YouTube doesn't care about your good video. It doesn't even care about your schedule. YouTube is a mirror. It doesn't watch videos, it watches people. And if you don't understand the hidden psychology.
So the change was subtle, but I think in the middle of it, kind of saw a couple of funny moments in there. I guess it's not a ha-ha moment, but a ha moment, So it's kind of interesting. So, but if I didn't like it, I can always do undo. But I kind of like this, so I'm going to leave it as is. Something else you could do is you could change the aspect ratio from vertical to horizontal and back and forth, stuff like that, which we're not going to do. I kind of like what is going on right now, so we're not going to do that. Something that you may want to remember, the shorter you can make a video in AI is 15 seconds. And the longest you could make it without any trouble is 20 minutes. I try to do like 30-minute videos before, and it is possible, but basically it did give me some problem. So just a warning. I think they advertise basically that what you could do is the normal is between 15 seconds and 20 minutes, right? So you just want to do that. Let's try another command which I haven't tried before. This one I may have to do an undo on it. And then I'm going to go back and look through some other stuff. It said change subtitle position to 30% from the top. So let's see what happened. Sometimes, depending on what you're doing, you may not want to have the subtitle like on the bottom, because you may want to display other features in it, and you want to use that. Or see, this one's kind of puts it in the middle, so I kind of don't like the way it is. So I'm going to do an undo on this one, and I'm going to bring it back to where it was. And now I'm going to go through the different commands under the edit feature that you could do. So you get a chance to kind of see how that works. I may try it. I don't want to print it, because once you print it, it kind of cannot go back and fix it. But I may just print this one out just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So besides let's go here, the magic box. And you have a lot of different commands that you could do here, which I didn't do them all, but you could do a lot of commands in here and see. You could see the what it does to the video itself, right? And or you could just go to the edit command here, and you could say edit. And we did the media already, right? I'm going to make a second pass to make sure there's nothing that I want to change, in case I want to do a printing on it. So this seems to be a repeat, or is this one a repeat? A lot of eyes in this move, in this one here. This is a pattern interrupt, which is fine. So these are things that actually change the B-roll in the background. These two right here, back to back. As long as there are words associated with it, and let me see, and they are, it's okay, because it's it's like they filler, but they kind of show something about the story itself. So, like, for example, you don't physically have to show like a video. It shows you could do a simile, right? Which is something like similar to the words that I being displayed. So you could see a video of the forest, so you kind of say, okay, that make kind of sense. And this one here, let me see. Since I'm on the veterans niche, that's probably okay. A couple of veterans story here. Let me see. Before you even press record. So I'm gonna, too many veterans. So I'm gonna change a few of these to more traditional one. You just start before you even press record. So let's see something about recording. Sometimes it's kind of hard to pick the one. I'm going to show you. I'm picking things that I uploaded, but in reality, I could create new ones if I wanted to. Let's see. Let me just put this one here. But I wanted to show you this. Let me see, what is this? what I wanted to show you was this for the battle one. This is less than 30 seconds. So I'm going to apply what's there, but you have all the choices. I have a stock media and generative media. This is stock media. All of these are kind of free for me. So I could use as much stock media as I want to. It doesn't cost me any additional money. If you see that one in there, it's already is added to my video. So they have quite a selection here. And I think one of the good things that I could choose, I could select winning, for example, as anything related to winning and see what comes up. Because he's talking about winning, so let's see if there's anything that I like. Wins and losses, right? So it's kind of make somewhat similar to what's going on here. And I have others that I could choose from this. But I think that one is one that actually makes sense to me. To keep double checking to make sure. Big win. Okay, so I did that. I did that there. That's the story blog. So it's this way. So like, for example, the word pacing, right? It seems like the person is pacing on stage. You see that? So that kind of makes sense for what he's doing. Story blog. So talking about growth here. So not sure how that thing matches there. So I can always go back here and say growth and see if I want to change it. I may not, but for example, I might. So because you want to click something that makes sense, that it may not be exactly a picture of growing fast, but maybe something similar to that. And it can be like plants, it could be something like that, something that's actually growing. So I don't know what represent growth the faster, like something growing from the ground. Might be something let me see what this is. So I like this one. It has movement, talking about plant growing, so things of that nature. So that might be okay. Something about subscribe is nice. So that's okay. So I kind of like what I have right now. I'm going to double check or I have too many eyes. That's one eye. I like to have two of everything. So I'm going to change this one and see what's going on here. You're surprised if there's conflict on your story. So this is a very important concept. Okay. So let me see if I could select something that has conflict on it. So based on what I'm presenting, conflict is it's one of the core element of the video. So I'm going to take a look at, see if it's a better representation of that here. The dollar is burning. So that might be okay. I know this is sort of stock media, and you're going to say, well, you want some brand new generative media, and you probably do, but in reality, for what I'm doing, because I'm sort of at the end of the cycle, I don't have that many credits, and I could buy more if I think it's important, but I think for what I'm doing, I think this is fine. So let me see, which one do I like the best out of these here? I think this is, I'm going to use that one. I don't like to repeat too many images because one of the things that they said, their brain kind of goes dead after a while. If you don't kind of, I like probably those people talking, but I'm not sure if I like this guy right here. Briefing, until it's dry. You know, package. So they're talking about, when we're talking about you have the package, your information, right? So let's see what that would do. Look about packaging information. Usually one word is better, but sometimes you want to look for a combination. See if it gives you something that is more appropriate than what you have here. In reality, when they're talking about packaging, they're talking about titles and thumbnails, so it's not so much like a package. But you know, the thing is, remember you are being looked at by an AI, and what the AI wants to know is like, is your B-roll somewhat matching what's going on the narrative? So if you say package and you have nothing that looks like a package, you know, you might get tagged for something, I'm not sure what, but so this one is sort of packaging something. So that kind of, this is an unboxing, but it is packaging, unboxing, package. That's when, you know, you could generate some unique, and I could do that through Meta AI, but I just don't feel like I want to do that right now. Because for this video, I want to mostly use stock media. I'm going to look for something at the beginning. If I don't find it, I'll just leave it what it is. But I don't think that image sort of matches what package return, product packaging with iStock, package box and clipboard, on Splash, package on Splash, black and white product package, package of chemical, food delivery package iStock, package checklist. I'm gonna probably don't like any of it. So we say the intel is dry, the city checks out. You have a package in over information. So this one is not, I don't see a good application. I'm gonna apply this one. And what I'll do is, so just kind of describe what it's doing. So I'm gonna leave it as it, save and changes. So that's some of the editing that I could show the media. That I show the music. Now the script also can be changed. I'm not gonna do any script changes, but you could come in here and you could add stuff. You could add additional information. This is the gap change that I did it globally. Like when I see it, sometimes I see that gap as long as 7 seconds, which I don't really like. So what I did is all the gaps, I changed it globally to 1 second. You see right here. So before, when it was maybe 2 or was higher, globally, if you go to every single one, you see that the gap is 1 second, which made the video a little faster for me. And this is the Victor avatar that I changed. So you could kind of double check your information by going to your script. You could add script, you could delete a portion of the script if you like. You could change words within it if you wanted to. Like for example, you want to change that, and whatever words you add in here, the avatar will actually say it for you. So you could change what the avatar is saying by making those changes right in here. But I don't want to make any script changes. So let's go to setting. In setting, you could change a lot of different stuff. You could add an overlay if you want to. I'm not going to fool around with that today because I don't want to kind of have it to undo that. You could have, this is the preset for the, that you could have for the, subtitle. I'm going to change this one to karaoke with the band. So we see what the difference of that would be. I haven't made that change here, but let me say this one. Unless I don't see what happens there. The difference is, I think the other one, the words kind of move around, I believe. And I think I want to change the size of it again to 80. Okay, let me see. See 80 that I changed it to. Yeah. Did I gonna make it even bigger? I'm gonna make it like 85. Because I want to see what the difference is from the Homozy or to this one. And then we're gonna play it and see what happens to the I think what's gonna happen is that we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at what's going on.
Of why a human clicks, stays, and returns, your channel is already dead.
You see, so instead of the letter changing colors, it actually puts like a little black box every time it's going to say something. So it makes it a little bit different. I don't know if the other one, if you're colorblind, the other one makes no sense to you. Maybe this doesn't make any sense to you. But some people may prefer one to the other. And so let's listen a little bit to it and see what's going on. Sorry.
Dead. Let's talk about the content treadmill. I see it every day in the veteran community. High discipline creators uploading every single day, burning out and seeing no growth. The stake isn't just lost views. It's lost purpose. For many of us, this channel is our new mission. When it fails, it feels like we failed the mission. But the problem isn't your work ethic. It's your strategy. Consistency without strategy is just organized noise.
So let's make another change. So there's making changes to the subtitle. So I'm going to give it another command because I haven't tried this one. So I want the animation to pop a single word at a time rather than the way that it was doing it, and see what happens. And I think that's probably maybe sort of like the limits of what we do tonight. There's a lot of other stuff that we could do, and I actually had to listen to the entire video before I could print it out. So most likely we're not going to print it out tonight. But because I want to listen to the entire video a couple of times before I release it.
You're asking how often should I?
You see that? It's popping one word at a time. Like, in comparison to the other one, you actually had like a sentence at the time. So I don't know which one you prefer. I mean, I think to me, one word at a time probably is better, but it doesn't mean that that's the best way to do it. You know, I think the larger size for the font is better. So I'm probably going to leave it as
By
is.
post, you've already lost. The question that changes everything is, why would someone stay? People blame the algorithm like it.
You see that in there? That's not actually, it's called B-roll, and it's what they call a pattern interruption, right? So the brain sort of checks out every 4 or 5 seconds. If you don't change your B-roll, what happens is you're gonna lose your viewer. You're gonna lose your subscriber that are watching the video. So every 4 or 5 seconds, you will see something come, either an image come online, or you see this kind of thing it's called pattern interrupt. That kind of is designed to kind of get the brain reset. So let's get through that.
Some ghost in the machine that hates them. It's not. The algorithm is simply a report card of human behavior. It tracks 4 things: clicks.
See that? I like that since it's sort of tracking what's going on. So that kind of makes sense, right? And
watch time, curiosity, and return visits. Translation: did they care enough to stop scrolling? Did they care enough to finish? And most importantly, did you provide enough value that they want to see your face again tomorrow? If your video is good but boring, the machine will bury it. Because boring is the one thing YouTube cannot monetize. Viewers don't click videos, they click promises. When someone sees your thumbnail in the military.
so they have the videos that I've done about InVideo AI and how to make better video. So hopefully, what I'm trying to avoid my video to being boring by having different elements on it. Part of it's my voice avatar, part of it's my avatar, part of it's changing some of the B-roll to ensure that it matches the narrative that's going on, and all of those things that are kind of good to have. Now, just remember, you know, we are here to help veterans. So if what we did tonight kind of helped you, go ahead and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber already, at a minimum, leave us a comment. We love comments, and we react to all the comments. Which usually reply within 24 hours of the comments that we get, if not right away, because we actually doing the live show. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the creator community. Every new subscription helps us drive momentum for our mission to provide practical technical training and meals to the veterans who are fighting for food insecurity, right? So, again, another thing is, one of the things that's frustrating for me is, in addition to, you know, the likes, the clicks, the subscription, one of the biggest measure for us as creator is engagement. And so, you know, even saying hello to in the comment section will help us out, because it kind of shows that we actually are creating a dialogue. So, but you know, you could tell us, what is your biggest frustration? You know, I mean, that's probably the question of the day, because I get frustrated sometimes because we put out video and we do get comments. We get some, not all comments are great, right? I like to tell you that, but you know, comments are comments. So go ahead and leave us your comment. Hopefully it'll be something positive that we could respond to. If you comment, subscribe to my channel, then I usually go back and I'll repay you the same. I'll go back to your channel and I'll make some beautiful comments on it. So that's great. So don't forget to watch my next video. You can kind of click it in here and have a great time.